Swastiastu, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera bagi kita semua, Shalom Nama Budaya. Hello everyone, hello doctor and all of my friends. So we are from small group discussion B9. And now we want to present our student project assessment that the title is Innervation of Tongue and Mouth. This is all of our member list. And this is the content that we talk about in this student project. First mouth, second tongue, third autonomic nerve on tongue and mouth is glossopharyngeal nerve, reflex on nerve, innervation of tongue and oral, and the last one is the role of cerebri in organize the nerve of tongue and oral. So in introduction will be explained by my friend.
Okay, before we proceed into our presentation, let me introduce myself. My name is Phoebe Esquiala, and my student ID is 20025111169. First of all, I'm going to explain the overview of our student project. First, the mouth is the space in the inferior of the nasal cavities that functions as the entrance of the digestive system. The mouth have two parts, which are the proper part and the vestibule. The proper part is the space posterior and medial to the upper and lower dental arches. Meanwhile, the vestibule is horseshoe-shaped between the dental arch deeply and between the lips and cheek superficially. And the tongue is the mobile muscular organ and covered by mucous membrane that can assume a variety of shapes and positions. The objective of our student project are to provide detailed description about the human's tongue and mouth anatomy, give information about the innervation of human tongue and mouth area, and explain the function of each nerves, and understand about the reflex that related to the innervation. And the benefit of our student project is to enhance the reader's understanding on the anatomy and function of human tongue and mouth, and deepens the knowledge about what nerves innervate our mouth and tongue and its function. Okay, next.
Is Madi Kirana Chandra Putri with my student ID number is 200251168, and now I'm going to So tongue, in general, is a thin muscular organ that can be found within the oral cavity proper. The tongue is divided into three main parts. There are the apex, the body of the tongue, and the base of the tongue. On the anterior two-thirds includes the apex and the body of the organ. The mucosa of the dorsal surfaces is made by circumpallate, filiform, and fungiform papillae. The lateral surface of the oral tongue is foliate papillae, formed as a series of vertical folds. The part of the tongue that is on the posterior to the sulcus terminalis is the base of the organ. It functions as the anterior wall of the oropharynx. Unlike the oral tongue, the pharyngeal tongue doesn't have any lingual papillae at all. The tongue's muscles is divided into two, extrinsic and intrinsic muscles. The extrinsic muscles of the tongue are the genioglossus, hyoglossus, styoglossus, and palatoglossus muscles. Extrinsic muscles play a role in the movement of the organ within and out of the oral cavity. Intrinsic muscles are the muscles that are in charge of adjusting the orientation as well as the shape of the organ. There are superior longitudinal muscles, vertical muscles, transverse muscles, and inferior longitudinal muscles. There are 5 gustatory sensations that are perceived by individuals. These are sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and umami. Next.
Okay, so before I start presenting my part, allow me to introduce myself first. My name is Corona Wolfrakasuma with student ID 200251178. So there are two nerves that innervate the tongue. The first one is sensory nerve of the tongue. There are 3 nerves that innervate the sensory part of the tongue. The first one is glossopharyngeal nerve. It's a blended nerve that includes both motor and sensory fibers that rise from this nuclei. So these nerves bring general sensory information from the mucosa of the posterior 1/3 of the tongue and special sensory information from the papillae. The second one is lingual nerves. It's a branch of the mandibular component of trigeminal nerves. It conveys general sensory information from the anterior 2/3 of the tongue. The third one is facial nerve, transfers special sensory taste information from the anterior 2/3 of the tongue. And the second one is motoric nerves of the tongue. So the first one is the hypoglossal nerves, is a pure motor nerve. It innervates to extrinsic muscles. The hypoglossal nerve, CN9, innervates the whole of muscle tongue except the palatoglossus. The second one is the palatoglossus muscle is innervates by the CN10 or vagus nerve. The vagus nerve does indirectly via branches of the pharyngeal plexus. This plexus is placed on the surface of the middle pharyngeal constrictor. Muscle is formed by sensory pharyngeal branches of the cranial nerve 9 or glossopharyngeal nerves. the motor pharyngeal branches of the vagus nerves, and the last one is sympathetic fibers from the superior cervical ganglion. Next.
Okay, my name is Anagung Ragujat Kanaparawangsa with student ID number 200251193. So truncus encephalicus or brainstem is one of the main part of the brain, more specifically located in the distal part of the brain. Truncus encephalic contains meniscellum, the pons, and the medulla oblongata. Three of the components has its own unique structure and function. Other than to help regulate breathing, heart rate, and blood pressure, the function of the brainstem carrying multiple important functions center, for example, the important role for the tongue. The tongue has an important role in several body functions such as swallowing, breathing, speaking, and chewing. The swallowing motor sequence is primarily generated in the ipsilateral hemi-CPG, which transfer promotor neuron signal to the contralateral CPG. Next. So swallowing depends on the CPG, which is central pattern generator that located in the medulla oblongata, involving several brainstem or cranial nerves, which is the 5th, the 7th, the 9th, the 10th, and the 12th. Also, two main groups of interneurons, such as DSG, dorsal swallow group, in the around the nucleus of Tractus solitarius, and VSG, ventral swallowing group, located in the ventrolateral medulla above the nucleus ambiguous. So the hypoglossal nerve, which is the 12th of the 12 cranial nerves, motor control on the extrinsic muscle of the tongue. It represents all the tongue muscle called genioglossus muscle. These muscles are engaged in moving and manipulating the tongue. The left and the right genioglossus muscle are specifically responsible for sticking out the tongue. The hypoglossal nerve also supplies movement, including the mouth-to-mouth from saliva and other involuntary activities, and is involved of the control of some reflexes and automatic movement. Next.
Okay, before I continue the presentation, I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Kari Imaksumadevi with student ID number 20025111189. I will continue the presentation about obstructive sleep apnea. Obstructive sleep apnea is a common disorder that can be characterized by repetitive sleep-related losses of the upper airways patencies that often occur during rapid eye movement or REM sleep. REM sleep activates GABA and glycine neurons in the ventral medulla to induce cortical desynchronization and skeletal muscles atonia during REM sleep. In vivo, chemogenetic activation of ventral medulla GABA or glycine neurons produce an inhibitory effect on tongue electromyographic or EMG activity. It's lead to decreasing of both the amplitude and duration of inspiratory related EMG bursts without any change in respiratory rate. This inhibition affect the rapid REM sleep associated upper airway obstruction that occur in patient with OSA. Next.
Hello, my name is Putu Ardisa Pradaswari. My student ID number is 20025111172. Now I'm going to explain about oral cavity. Mouth or oral cavity is consists by two parts, which is the oral vestibule and the oral cavity proper. The oral vestibule is communicates with the exterior through the mouth. The oral vestibule itself is the slit-like space between the lips and cheeks superficially, and the teeth, also the gingivae deeply. After the oral vestibule, there is the oral cavity proper. This cavity is the space posterior and medial to the upper and lower dental arches or arcades, maxillary and mandibular alveolar arches, and the teeth they bear. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Puturati Padmarini Gantarisari and my student ID number is 20025111177. Now let me explain about the oral nerve innervation. There are two kinds of innervation in our oral facial. There are sensory and motoric. The first one is sensory oral nerve innervation. So our body and the whole human body receives innervation, especially sensory innervation. Our body, except brain tissue, receives rich sensory innervation. In our oral facial, especially mouth, there are cranial nerve V2 or maxillary nerve and cranial nerve V3 or mandibular nerve. Cranial nerve V2, or as known as maxillary nerve, is kind of trigeminal nerve that primarily gives our supplies sensory innervation to the middle third of the face. The second nerve that innervate our mouth is cranial nerve V3, or well known as mandibular nerve. The mandibular nerve divides into two main nerve bundles at the level of the mandibular tubercle and also gives off an additional branch, which is the buccal nerve. The second one is motoric oral nerves innervation. Our oral facial part are innervated by the 7th cranial nerve, or as known as the facial nerve. This nerve arises from the brainstem and extends posteriorly to the abducens nerve and anteriorly to the vestibulocochlear nerve. These facial nerves gives motoric innervations of facial muscles that are responsible for facial expressions. That's all about the oral nerve innervations, and now the next explanation will be continued by my friend. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Madhikiran Devisa Vita. My student ID number is 20025111197. Okay, brainstem is the most inferior portion and important of the brain, adjoining and structurally continuous with the brain and spinal cord. The brainstem consists of 3 to 12 cranial nerves and provides primary motor and sensory innervation to the face and neck via the cranial nerve. The brainstem or truncus encephalus has an important role in maintaining body position and controlling muscle tension. Swallowing, known as deglutition, is a reflex in the human body that causes something to pass through the mouth through the esophagus. And the motor activity of the two stages of swallowing was different. There are two types of herpes simplex virus or VHS, namely type 1 and VHS type 2. However, both can cause infection both oral and genital through orogenital contact. And VHS and HZ can cause infection in humans and get worse with increasing age. The diagnosis is based on the history of the prodromal symptoms, a characteristic clinical picture, and investigations that will give specific result. Antiviral administration can help accelerate recovery and prevent further complications in elderly people or people with immune compromises. Next.
Okay, before I start to explain my presentation, let me introduce myself first. My name is Evangelina Vincent Utamila Sardra with ID number 2002511170. So in this slide, we're going to talk about the role of cerebri. We already know that behind our ability to chew, feel, and taste states, there are nerves that play a role linked with cerebri. The brain consists of several structures consisting of the cerebrum, the encephalon, brainstem, and cerebellum. There are two lobes that have the role in the neural organization serving the tongue and mouth. The first is parietal lobe and the second is temporal lobe. The parietal lobe, this lobe function is in receiving somatosensible stimuli and memories related to language and learning, where the afferent receives somatosensory input from the posterolateral ventral and ventral posteromedial nucleus in the thalamus, where the mouth and lips are projection area for the teeth, tongue, and pharynx. And the second one is temporal lobe. This lobe function in the voluntary motor function, to talk and play a role in the thought process or evaluation of ideas. The motor cortex from the primary somatomotor cortex or area 4 is somatotopically organized with the lips, tongues, face, and hands represented on the map part like a homunculus at the lower convexity of the hemisphere. Next.
Okay, let me introduce myself first. My name is Ida Bagusari Gurasena. With my student ID number is 20025111184. So today, I'm gonna explain about the role of cerebri in the organization of nerves in the mouth and tongue. Is also found in brainstem. So as you can see, I'm gonna explain the two parts. The first one is the nerve of mouth, and the second is the nerve of tongue. So the mouth, in these innervations, sensory innervations occurs where the sensory innervations of the oral mucosa is carried out by the end of branches of nerve trigeminus. In the maxillary region is carried by nerve maxillaris, and the last one is the mandibular area by nerve mandibularis. The second one is tongue. As you can see, the sensory, 2/3 of the front part of the tongue is carried by nerve lingualis. The 1/3 of the back of the tongue is nerve glossopharynx. Okay, the second one is tasting sensory. 2/3 of front of the tongue is carried by chorda tympani. 1/3 of the back of the tongue is carried by nerve glossopharynx. The last one is motor. The entire tongue muscle, except muscle palatoglossus, is innervated by nerve hypoglossus. Meanwhile, muscle plataglossus is innervated by the pharyngeus plexus. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Lansi Wahyu with my student ID number is 2002511173. In this section, I will explain about the reflex that related to the innervation of mouth and tongue. First, reflex that related to innervation of the mouth. Especially in soft palate, there are two innervation. First is nerve to medial pterygoid, which is a branch from mandibular nerve that gives reflex like the tense of soft palate and open mouth of pharyngotympanic tube during swallowing and yawning. Second is pharyngeal branch of 10th cranial nerve and gives a lot of reflex such as elevate soft palate and posterior part of tongue. Second, reflex that related to the innervation of the tongue. And in this section, there are a lot of reflex. First, the paralysis of the palate muscles that related with hindrance of brainstem circulation and the taste sensation of the anterior part, and the 5 basic qualities of the taste of human that related with the nerve that located at the anterior part of the tongue. Next.
Okay, my name is Sanagung Vedanta. My student ID number is 20025112007. I'm going to talk about the autonomic nerve of tongue and mouth. Okay, the autonomic nerve that reaches the oropharynx and tongue had impact on the feel sensation of the back of the glossopharyngeal nerve. Based on research, lingual ganglia formed by parasympathetic neurons that obtain paraganglionic projections from the medulla. There's also another findings that enzyme injection from the preganglionic group that perform glutamatergic chorda tympani and the glossopharyngeal neurons are affected by the extensive injection of HRP. So had a lot of impact on multiple levels of brain, mostly at the cortical level. The tongue muscle and surrounding environment functions mediated by the autocrine and endocrine functions of tongue. Tongue has sympathetic innervation originate from the superior cervical ganglion, which will supply sympathetically into the entire tongue. Thank you.
So now I will explain about the summary of all the content. So my name is Putra Yudha Sameswari with student ID number 2002511202. So tongue is a pink muscular organ with its length around 10 cm that can be found within the oral cavity proper. Tongue is divided by 3 main parts: is the apex, the body, and the base of the tongue. Both our oral cavity is consisted by 2 parts, which is the oral vestibule and the oral cavity proper. The motoric innervation of the tongue are the hypoglossal nerve, the vagus nerve, and the sensory innervation of the tongue is the glossopharyngeal nerve, lingual, and the facial nerve. The sensory innervation of the oral cavity is maxillary nerve and the mandibular nerve. And the motoric innervation of the oral cavity is the facial nerve. In tongue, the hypoglossal nerve innervates the whole of muscle tongue, especially the palatal os. The glossopharyngeal nerve brings general sensory information from the mucosa of the posterior 1/3 of the tongue and especially sensory information. The lingual nerve conveys general sensory information from the anterior 2/3 of the tongue. The facial nerve transfers spatial sensory taste information from the anterior 2/3 of the tongue. In oral, maxillary nerve innervate the palate, cheeks, upper jaw, and upper lip. And mandibulary nerve supplies sensation both outside and inside the cheek. The 7th cranial nerve or facial nerve resides from the brainstem and extend posteriorly to the abducens nerve. In mouth, innervation from mandibular give reflex like taste of palate and open mouth. And in pharyngeal branch, the cranial nerve tree gives a lot of reflex such as elevates of palate, elevates posterior parts of the tongue. And in the mouth, reflex that relate innervation of the tongue, the taste sensation of 2-3, the anterior part of the tongue convey facial nerve. The taste sensation of the 1/3, the posterior of the tongue, is projected by sensory fiber of glossopharyngeal nerve and the vagus nerve. Thank you. And this is all the reference that we use to making our student project assessment. So that's all that we can explain about our student project assessment. We hope that this presentation gives a lot of information and new knowledge. Thank you, and this is our small group discussion member.
Thank
Thank
you
you all.
all.